Ladies, can we please clear the field? Ladies, you need to clear the field so we can begin on time. Thank you.
Traffic wasn't in Fayetteville. It's not 40. Are there any vans?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to thank our main sponsors, Catering by Design, HSC Agency, Egghead, Spinzo, Soccer Master, Live Source, Kindis, Nike, and Rubberneck. Ladies and gentlemen, the Road Gladiators and the National Indoor Soccer League and your Fayetteville Fury request you refrain from tossing any objects onto the field. If a game ball enters your seating area, please return it to the nearest usher for the field play immediately. Also, any spectator entering the field or interrupting play in any manner shall be ejected from the Crown Coliseum and be subject to arrest. Fayetteville Fury and the National Indoor Soccer League, thank you for your cooperation. Fury merchandise is located on the concourse level behind section 120. T-shirts, hoodies, stickers, all your team gear. Get your swag out. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jimmy House, speaking on behalf of the coaches, players, staff, and ownership of your Fayetteville Fury. This is the first season for pro indoor soccer, and sports fans in the Cape Fear area alike have represented our community with pride, passion, and enthusiasm. The Fury want to thank you for your support of professional soccer here at the Crown Coliseum. We're just minutes away from kickoff between the first place Memphis Americans and your Fayetteville Fury. So get ready, make some noise. Fury Soccer is about to begin. Please welcome to the field tonight our officials, Carmen Servio, Mark DuBois, and Nicole Rubalino. All officials are appointed by the National Indoor Soccer League. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field Memphis Americans. Angel Hayes. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field Memphis Americans. Angel Hayes, Lauren Odie, Alexis Cat, Kristen Sparks, Bruno Montijo, Kelsey Bill Keeling, Rebecca Azakazia, Molly Ambrose, Tanya Priti, Megan Angelito, this time, we ask you to please rise as we honor our America and celebrate its freedom and those who protected it. Please remove your hats, continue standing as one nation and one people, singing for our national anthem. Thank you.
Good evening, viewers, and welcome to the Crown Coliseum in Fayetteville, North Carolina. My name is Zach Burley. Delighted you've joined us here as we get set for this final day of NISL regular season action. It'll be the Fayetteville Fury taking on the Memphis Americans. There is a slight way that the table works out that makes this game still mean something to the competitors here, and in a game that will be going on just 30 minutes after this one begins. All four teams will be in action at the same time. This game kicks off here in Fayetteville at 5:30. We're a little bit late for that start. And then the game that will start on the other end between the Rapids down in Columbus and the Gladiators of Rome, that will kick off at 6 p.m. So those games will be going on at the same time, and that result there matters because there is still up for grabs third place. The Rapids sit with 15 points, the Fury with 12. So if the Fury were able to down the Americans, and the Rapids also lost, though they could, the draw would not help them. They would have to have a loss. The Fury could catapult themselves into third position. They have a negative 30 goal difference. The Rapids a negative 33. So it would take a win for the Fury in order to put themselves in the third spot, meaning they would play Rome on the semifinals on Saturday rather than the Americans when championship weekend begins tomorrow. So we have kickoff here in Fayetteville. Of course, the away side starting with the ball in quarters 1 and 3. It has been a dominant season, to say the least, for the Memphis Americans, as they're going to swap out the balls, it looks like. Game ball we started with, slightly low on air. Looks like the second one may be as well. Maybe asking the Americans bench for an air pump. So Corey Adamson will jog back to the locker room. Might have a air pump stored back in the locker room. Might actually be asking for a ball all their own. They will. The referee seems content with that one. And we can get back underway. Dominant season from the Americans, to say the least. They sit top of the table with 45 points. Next closest, Rome, with 18, and they have played fewer games than anyone else in the league. So they've done more with less. 6 wins, 5 losses for the Gladiators. Four and 12, the Fury entering this game. Stokely. Keown. Wriggles away from Wisner. Angel Haley in goal. These teams have met here on this field twice earlier in the season. It was a close contest between these two sides in game 1 of 2. Fury had lost that one 4-2. And then the next game by a larger margin of 6-0. The away games only slightly better for the Fury. 3-2 loss on the road and a 3-0 loss on the road. In fact, even lost one 2-1. So they have come close against the Americans, and despite the fact that the gap at the top of the table is so large, the Fury have come within striking distance on multiple occasions. Bushta. Wisner. Quintanilla. Falls nicely, shanks it out wide. Dragged back by Wisner. Kate Wisner. Poked away at just the right moment. Over the head of Stokely. Lyria. Stokely got a touch on that one, recovers well. Stokely could have let that one run all the way to El Kiyoshi. Leghart gets it away from Keown. Gets it back thanks to the referee. Keown. Very nice combination play. 2-on-1. Bushta rides the challenge. Quintanilla whiffs on the doorstep. Chance still not gone. Lays it off. Keown can see it away, and just about the best chance you could have manufactured. Odino drawn. It's beautiful passing from back to front by the Fury. It looked like Bushta might have lost the chance originally. Got it back and laced in a perfect ball for Quintanilla, who exits the field. Stephanie Quintanilla's presence was much missed in their last game here at home against Rome. Sparks. Is that a foul? Yes, it was. Rebecca Pasacazia going down. Liliana Valle, number 21 for the Fury, fouling. Driven low, on the line, poked away. Pasacazia. Alexis Cat. Where's the captain's armband for the Americans? Dominant force. Lost just 2 times, the Americans, across the season. Down line. Cat. Capel. Leghart. Not a bad ball. Capel was there. It looks like Angel Haley took a bump. It was a very good ball, whether it was intended to be a pass or not. Ended up getting kicked right in the back of the head, Haley, as she went down for it, putting her body on the line to make the play. Take a look at it here. It's going to fall all the way on this near side with Leghart. She picks her head up. It looks like it's probably a shot, but it's Capel right in the middle of the box. Nothing malicious or intentional about it, just trying to make a play. Collides with Haley. She goes through protocol in front of the goal. We have not seen anyone else play in goal for the Americans, should Haley not be able to continue. No one else is dressed out. Haley back up to her feet, talking with the physios, and Corey Adamson, head coach in the gray pullover. He'll be featuring in our game after this one for the men's team. So it's good to see. It looks like Haley will be able to carry on. There's the whistle, and Haley can get us back underway. Good to see that she's going to be able to carry on. Keown. Here's Haley Gomez. Capel. Nice flick by Valle, just too high. Capel again. Gomez struck it through traffic. Stokely combines with Jenny Irvine. Lovely pass for Gomez. Valet tried to win it back. Keown. Lyria. Lucky bounce. Lyria! Opening goal of the game. Fortunate bounce, but no mistake made on the finish. Keown. And then you can see she just lets it ride past that right heel. And it's the clearance that goes back off the body. Unfortunate for the Fury, but clever play from the Americans who don't make a mistake. One-0 here for the division winners. Quintanilla. Cat took a bump. She's back to her feet. Stokely deflects it off Pasacazia. Brooks battling with Sparks. Molly Ambrose alongside Alexis Cat. The back two there in the defense with Angel Haley. Past the halfway point here in quarter number one. Both sides have had solid chances. It's a golden one for the Fury to make it 1-0. Emilia Brooks. Sparks does exceedingly well to hold off Quintanilla. Lets in Pasacazia. Ambrose. Too much heat on that pass for Lyria to bring down. Lovely ball for Bushta. Using the boards. Quintanilla getting there nearly. Keown. Ambrose goes off for the Americans. Capel. Bushta. She held on to it. It's twice now it's looked like Bushta has held on to it for too long. She still manufactures a chance on both opportunities. So she knows what she's doing. Just too much played on that pass. Otherwise, Capel would have been in. Leghart. Out of play. The pass attempted by Megan Angelito. It's been Memphis pretty much on the ball for most of the first quarter. Fury have had their chances, but they haven't had a whole lot of the possession. Doesn't bother them too much. Capel. Boda. Here's Shannon Leghart. Whisked away from Bushta. Sparks. Her hold-up play has been fantastic today. Cannon directly out of play by Angelito. Because it went directly out of play, that will go to the edge of the semicircle. Bushta. Nice block by Kat. Good recovery by Haley. Once again, they're getting the chances, the Fury, just not finishing them. Fury have scored the least goals of any team in the league with 48. Wisner. Bushta. She's asking for the foul, pushing the back by Kat. It's not going to be given, but it was about a foot's length ahead of her. Very dangerous, the Fury have looked. Gomez. Nice ball for Wisner. Final 60 seconds of quarter number 1 in Fayetteville. Fury starting to get more of the ball. They'd like to cap off this first quarter with a goal. Gomez. Under 30 seconds now. Wisner. Brooks. Pasakazia can smuggle it away. Brooks off for Leghart. And with that clearance, that should do it for quarter number 1. The Fury, despite their chances, no score. The Memphis take a lead halfway through and hold it the beginning of this match. Stick with us here from Fayetteville.
Office life is back, and so is the office party. Birthday celebrations, retirement congratulations, customer appreciations. Whatever event your business is hosting, just sit back, relax, and let Catering by Design handle it. We're Raleigh and Durham's premier catering company, serving up unforgettable experiences and customizable menus. Buffet, individual box meals, cookouts, chef and pasta stations, we've got you covered. Put some life into your next office event with Catering by Design.
To spread game. The Harlem Globetrotters are coming with an all-new tour. 4 quarters of big plays, ankle-breaking moves, and ball-handling wizardry. Do they dunk? Do they dunk? See the stars rattle the rim in the all-new in-game dunk contest. This is the team everyone can cheer for. The Spread Game Tour is coming. Don't miss the Globetrotters at Crown Coliseum on April 13th. Go to CapeFairTix.com.
Welcome back to Fayetteville, the Crown Coliseum, host of the 2022 NISL Championship Weekend, which will begin tomorrow. Games start at noon with the semifinals. If you cannot make it physically here to Fayetteville, we'll have the stream for you. Same place, so you know where to go. Semifinals will be followed by the championship game on Sunday. You can join us here for that as well. Odds-on favorites to make it to that final are the Memphis Americans. They'll have to get by either the Fury or the Rapids, and it depends on the score here and in Columbus. Columbus with 3 more points than the Fury. If they were to win or draw, they secure 3rd place. But if they lose and the Fury win, then the Fury would take 3rd and have to play Rome tomorrow. So certainly a lot to play for, as I think both teams fancy their chances against Rome more than they do so against Memphis. In fact, the Fury, the last time they were here, they took down the Gladiators. Very solid performance on day 1 of that series. They lost on day 2, but once again shows you that they can do it. Referee's blue card comes out for the first time today. It's because it accidentally fell out of his pocket. There's the whistle, and we are underway in 2nd quarter of play. Stokely, an absolute rocket. What a shot by Katie Stokely. Quintanilla was on the doorstep to try and turn it home. Keown. Nice cut back, and the referee's going to bring back the foul. It's Kristen Sparks who remains down. Collided with Stokely. So they'll bring it back for the foul. Keown loops it onto the glass above the goal. Odino drawn straight at Elga Yoshi, who gets her first real save of the game. There's not much she could do about the first goal. Leghart. Quintanilla in a tussle with Lyria. Leghart says, well, if Stokely can do it, I can do it too. Ambrose. Capel. Nice looping shot. Palmed away by Haley. Valet. What a clever shot from Capel. There wasn't a whole lot of power on it, but the placement was the perfect part. Caught just enough under it. Ambrose. Pasacazia. Urquia. Game in Columbus has just kicked off. We will try and keep you abridged of the action there, just so you remember the only places that can change are the Rapids and the Fury in 3rd and 4th place. Odino drawn. Ambrose. Leghart. Nearly found ahead of Weisner. Weisner. Turned over to Odino, drawn. Jenny Irvine. Five minutes gone here in quarter number 2. Liria. Tell from the Memphis American standpoint, they are in no rush to try and increase the scoreline. This game here to them will not change their outlooks regardless of who they play. They feel confident that they can win in the semifinals and final. It's a matter of whether or not it'll be the Rapids or the Fury. Irvine. Weisner. Dispossessed by Pasacazia. Turned over. Bushta. Lovely touch around Haley. Quintanilla twice now. She's missed a sitter. Bushta. Skewed wide. Irvine nearly on the rebound. Bushta did so well to manufacture that opportunity. You saw the one in the first quarter where she played it into Quintanilla and it just got stuck under her feet. Shot straight at El Gayoshi. Claiming that went off the netting. Here's the opportunity from earlier. Look at Bushta. Thought about the shot. Moves it one way. Moves it again. And in fairness, she had the open goal to shoot for. It actually turned out well for her to use the boards in the way that she did. Quintanilla just can't cap it off. Liria. El Gayoshi to get it away from Odino, drawn. Had an excellent series. These two teams played here early on in the season. Boda. Referee's going to call the foul against Odino drawn. Madeline Russell out for Brooks. Quintanilla can't control it. Keown backed up by Boda. Uses her pace to get around her. Boda, nice recovery. Bushta pursuing. Nice work by Gomez. Inventive touch to keep it away from Pasacazia. In the end, she's squeezed out by Ambrose. Urquia. Straight to Ambrose. Here's Angelito. Final 5 of the first half. The lone goal from Lyria. Weisner. Odino drawn. Lovely pass, Elga Yoshi, and now we've had a miss on both ends here in the second quarter. Just fans on it. His Elga Yoshi was left helpless. Did very good, the goalkeeper for the Fury, to recover, to get down, because if there was a second opportunity, Sparks surely would have finished it off. How different the scoreline could look. Lovely control by Bushta. Angelito. Urquia comes to the rescue. Bushta. Didn't quite catch it the way she wanted to. Fouls Ambrose. The Americans can feel very good about what they've accomplished here so far. They do not need to win this game. The score does not matter whatsoever. But they've been able to hold off a Fury team who has had countless chances here in the game. Leghart switches it out for Gomez. Ambrose not fooled by the touch over her head. Shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. The referee gives it. Here's a look. Cutting it back, Lyria. Just positioned herself between the ball and Weisner, drawing the foul. Interesting shot from that free kick, Keown. And if this scoreline holds, both sides can feel pretty good about where they're at. Ballet. Cat can scoop it away. Keown sandwich. Here's Capel. Leghart. Capel off for Weisner. Opposite number 9, Lyria comes to sweep things up. If this scoreline held, both sides would feel pretty good about where they're at. Weisner. The Americans for holding a 1-goal lead under some pressure. Keown. The Fury would feel good because it's just a 1-goal deficit, even though they have missed some chances. But that's still up for grabs here. Not a bad idea by Bushta. Mistake by Haley. Bushta drags it wide. Stokely. Bushta can't bring it down. Under 60 seconds to go here in the first half. Bushta playing a lot of minutes today. Leghart. Quintanilla. Valet. Tries to use the board, is blocked. Half a minute to go. Away by Stokely. Stop the clock with 18.9 seconds. Ambrose. 10 seconds to go. Maybe one last opportunity. Quintanilla. And there will not be enough time. Odino drawn, gets it away, but it will not count. And it is a quiet first half. Solid chances for both sides, but in the end, they are foiled by either mistakes or good goalkeeping. The Memphis Americans, 1 goal in the first quarter. They'll take it into the half. Stick with us here from Fayetteville.
There's a reason it's about this moment all your life. That's why at Catering by Design, it's a big day for us too. For more than 15 years, Catering by Design has been the Triangle's premier upscale caterer. Come in for a free private tasting with recipes from acclaimed chefs that'll have your guests raving. With options like our all-inclusive wedding package and a variety of stations available, we make unforgettable look easy, helping you celebrate life's biggest occasions. Catering by Design.
Time to spread game. The Harlem Globetrotters are coming with an all-new tour. Ankle-breaking moves, rim-rattling dunks. This is the team everyone can cheer for. Don't miss the Globetrotters at Crown Coliseum on April 13th. Go to CapeFairTix.com.
What I miss about home is my favourite Irish pub in the whole world and a pint of Paddy's Irish Piss. And the evening before us, friends coming in, and a pint of Paddy's Irish Piss. And Sally O'Brien, the way she might look at you, joining in the chorus, and a pint of Paddy's Irish Piss. Well, the money is good, the suntan is free. You could fry an egg on the stones here, if you had an egg. And you could certainly sink a pint of Paddy's Irish Piss, if you had a pint of Paddy's Irish Piss.
Office life is back, and so is the office party. Birthday celebrations, retirement congratulations, customer appreciations. Whatever event your business is hosting, just sit back, relax, and let Catering by Design handle it. We're Raleigh and Durham's premier catering company, serving up unforgettable experiences and customizable menus. Buffet, individual box meals, cookouts, chef and pasta stations. We've got you covered. Put some life into your next office event with Catering by Design.
It's time to spread game. The Harlem Globetrotters are coming with an all-new tour. 4 quarters of big plays, ankle-breaking moves, and ball-handling wizardry. Do they dunk? Do they dunk? See the stars rattle the rim in the all-new in-game dunk contest. This is the team everyone can cheer for. The Spread Game Tour is coming. Don't miss the Globetrotters at Crown Coliseum on April 13th. Go to CapeFairTix.com.
Our sponsors for the Fayetteville Fury. First, for all your catering needs, look up Catering by Design. Broadcast also brought to you in part by Luxurious Travels, Chick-fil-A, Dogwood Realty Group, the Fayetteville Commissary, Patty's Irish Pub, and the Ferris Agency. Thank you to all of our sponsors for the things that you do for soccer in the Fayetteville community.
also be wishing a furious and the special lady behind the mask a very happy birthday. Happy birthday, Melanie Ray. We love you.
Welcome back to the Crown Coliseum here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. My name is Zach Burley. Delighted you're here with us. This game just a 1-0 fine margin. That goal scored by the Americans in the first quarter. Bruna Liria got on the end of a pass by Kelsey Keown to strike first. Then from there on out, through the second quarter, there was solid chances both ways, mostly for the Fury, though there was a solid one for Sparks that she missed. Both sides exchanged shots, opportunities, but in the end they were foiled. So we remain at 1-0, and just to give you an update in the game going on at the same time, the men's teams are playing between Rome and the Rapids first. So they are not going on simultaneously. The Rapids could know their fate as far as third place goes before they begin. They most likely will, because that game is now in the intermission between quarter number 1 and quarter number 2. Here we go in quarter number 3 here in Fayetteville, but what's up for grabs is if the Fury are to come from behind and win here, and the Rapids lose, they must lose in order for this to happen, and the Fury would leapfrog their way into third place, playing Rome in second place tomorrow at the beginning of championship weekend. Games begin tomorrow. It'll be 1v4 and 2v3. As it stands, that's Memphis and the Fury rematched tomorrow, and then Rome and the Rapids also. Winner of those two games will face on Sunday. All of this will take place here in Fayetteville. If you cannot join us, you can always be online. Bushta manages to squeeze it through, and it's the mistake first by Haley, and then Kat going to ground. It's been waiting. The chance for Bushta to finish off, and it finally comes. You can see here, Quintanilla fortunate to get it off the glass, and then Haley way out of her box, and Bushta with the deftest of touches can round Kat and tie it up at 1. So life still here for the Fury as far as their opportunity not to have to play this exact same fixture tomorrow, which they will certainly not want to have to do. But you have to wonder, is this just a Americans team that knows their fate? They've already got the first spot wrapped up. They could lose by 40 goals tonight and still keep the first place. It does not matter for them. And so they're showing that. Or is this team really beatable? They've only been that so far twice all year. Never by the Fury. Liria, lovely ball. Keown, Elgiyoshi, huge stop. Keown, Liria, holding on here by a very fine margin, the Fury. Starting to show some of that quality they possess. Looks like they've taken it up a whole nother gear. Otino drawn. Capel. Bushta goes off. Valet's back on. Capel through the legs, and there's Haley. Those two collided in the first quarter. Haley came off the worst for it. This time, though, no contact made. Pasacazia. Sparks. Nice layoff. Pasacazia, not enough behind it. Gomez. Nice work by Capel to shield off Urquia. Capel. Gomez. Referee's going to blow for a foul. Angelito on Gomez. Free kick in an advantageous position. Stokely will take. She's got a cannon for a right boot. Rings it around. Brooks might have thought about the back heel. Stokely nearly turned into her own goal. Capel winds one up. Away by Cat. Gomez. Angelito. And now it's the Americans' turn to hold on by a thread. Boda. Gomez. Capel. Caught that one sweetly. Referee calls back a foul. Incredible finesse on that shot. It's so hard when the ball's coming down on the out of the air to hit it first time in a volley like that. Here's Boda. Deflects off Urquia. Elgayoshi. Wisner straight at Haley. Here's Bush to the goal scorer for the Fury. Kate Wisner. Lyria down. That looks like it was off the ball. I do not think there was any contact there. Wisner, and that's what it looks like. It looks like she does that all on her own without any contact. She's quickly back up to her feet, which is a very positive sign because those are the most worrying. Might have been rolling an ankle whenever a player goes down without any contact. Those are usually the most worrisome. So the physio will keep an eye on her, and they're hoping that she can be back not only for this game, but for championship weekend. That would be a huge loss, Lyria, for the Americans. It's just a huge step whenever you bring Keown and Lyria on the field. They link up so well. Their interplay is fantastic, and they can work themselves out of some good situations. Nice diving save by Haley. Sparks can relieve some pressure here. It's been all Fury the last 3 or 4 minutes. Cat, nice work. 3-on-3. Odino drawn. Keown. Lovely footwork, left-footed shot. Attempted redirect. Bush is there to clear away the centered ball. Down line for Leghart. Quintanilla. In the end, Angelito does just enough. One by Capel. Sparks backs up Boda. Bushta muscles off Pasacazia. Capel's shot skewed wide as we're past the halfway point of quarter number 3. Goal in the first quarter for the Americans, a goal in the third quarter for the Fury. The league's leaders with nothing to play, tied up here against a Fury team that with a win and a Rapids loss later tonight could go into third, avoid playing the same team tomorrow in the semifinals. Gomez. Irvine. Capel shot into the netting, so that'll bring a pause. Neither side have played particularly better or worse than we saw in the first half. The shot just went in for the Fury this time around. It's been coming. We don't have an expected goal statistic, but if we did, it would likely be at least 3 each. The shots that the two teams have been putting up. Irvine. Lyria is back on the field. That's a huge boon for the Americans' hopes. Odino drawn. Nice layoff. Lyria. Elgayoshi pounces on it. Odino drawn. Weisner. Haley can't get to it. Stokely had to get there in the nick of time. Fury with the least goals scored, 49 now, to the Americans' 93. Second most goals conceded. The Rapids have them beat by 6. Quintanilla. The Americans the least goals conceded now with 38. Stokely, just off the bar, peppering the goal. Weisner. Nobody on her right to make advantage of. Booted long. Final 90 seconds of quarter number 3. Leg hard away. Final 60 seconds here. Play on. Approaching 30 seconds. Dumped into the corner. Elgayoshi forced to come for it. 10 seconds. Any magic in the boots of Bushna. Blocked. 4 seconds. Quintanilla skies it, and that will do it for quarter number 3. Well, it was 1-0 after the first 30. It's 1-1 after the first 45. We'll get the last 15 in the books and find out who go home with the points right after this from Fayetteville.
There's a reason it's called the big day. You've planned and dreamt about this moment all your life. That's why at Catering by Design, it's a big day for us too. For more than 15 years, Catering by Design has been the Triangle's premier upscale caterer. Come in for a free private tasting with recipes from acclaimed chefs that'll have your guests raving. With options like our all-inclusive wedding package and a variety of stations available, we make unforgettable look easy, helping you celebrate life's biggest occasions. Catering by Design.
It's time to spread game. The Harlem Globetrotters are coming with an all-new tour. Ankle-breaking moves, rim-rattling dunks. This is the team everyone can cheer for. Don't miss the Globetrotters at Crown Coliseum on April 13th. Go to CapeFairTix.com.
What I miss about home is my favourite Irish pub in the whole world, and a pint of Paddy's Irish Piss. And the evening before us, friends coming in, and a pint of Paddy's Irish Piss. And Sally O'Brien, the way she might look at you, joining in the chorus, and a pint of Paddy's Irish Piss. Well, the money is good, the suntan is free. You could fry an egg on the stones here, if you had an egg. And you could certainly sink a pint of Paddy's Irish Piss, if you had a pint of Paddy's Irish Piss.
Welcome back to the Crown Coliseum in Fayetteville, North Carolina. 45 minutes in the books, 15 to go here. It was Bruna Liria in quarter number 1 to get us underway. Then we had just about, I'd say, 30 minutes of scoreless action here where both sides exchanged opportunities, shots back and forth, but whether through misses or otherwise, we kept it 1-0, and it looked like the Fury might just not be able to get over the hurdle. They've struggled to score goals in games, though usually they've been able to get at least 3. But they still had so many good chances that just went wanting, and you thought maybe not. Maybe this will end low scoring, especially if the Memphis can get another one. That might just break their resistance. But no, the Fury come out of the halftime break. More chances ensue, and then finally the deadlock, that 0, broken off the scoreboard thanks to an Ashley Bushta goal. It was a mistake by the goalkeeper, Haley, who was way off of her line. Allowed Bushta in to Topo get past Alexis Cat and nestle it into the goal to make it 1-1. After that, both sides exchanged opportunities. And this game seems like we may not see too many goals here in the fourth quarter, but we only need 1 to avoid overtime. It was a heartbreaker last time out for the Fury, who lost in overtime thanks to an own goal by Kate Weisner. So it all comes down to this final regular season game for both of these teams in the NISL. The Americans already have the division championship wrapped up. They're looking to go out into championship weekend with some momentum and a victory. But the Furies are trying to keep their hopes alive for the third place spot. They need a win here and a Rapids loss in the women's game, which will go on after this one here. Gomez. Weisner, that was going to loop harmlessly into the netting. Stop the clock to get a ball, to get the ball. Now they're going to leave it up there. Nice switch out to Keown. Haley at the last moment. Boda just manages to get around Keown. Leghart. Capel puts it into the netting. Keown. Closed down by Boda. Sent long. Capel tried to hit it first time, might get it back. Weisner. We'll see when they restart the ball. That was unintentionally out of play. So they'll restart with a free kick on the sidelines. Both sides desperate for a win. Stokely. Stokely gets stuck in. Ballet. She brought down, yes. Bushta and Stokely. Huge opportunity here. Will Bushta take it herself? She will. Might have deflected off Urquhart on its way through. Stokely hammers it off the glass. Quintanilla. Nice ball out for Urquhart. Pasacazia. Both sides desperate for a win, though. The Fury, because they can possibly move into third position with a win. Bushta, one-on-one, saved by Haley. Valet, Haley there again. Solid double save from Haley, whose Americans want to avoid defeat so they can protect their credentials as the league favorites for the championship. Even with a loss, they still would be, but it might just seed some doubts that someone, and it might be the Fury, can knock them off, whether it be tomorrow or Sunday in championship weekend here in the NISL. Keown. Lovely return ball. Liria. Spin move. Keown. Odino drawn on the doorstep. Keown. Stokely does just enough. Bushta. Moving quickly the other way. Quintanilla ahead of her. Lovely ball. Quintanilla make it a hat trick of misses on the doorstep. Three solid opportunities to get a goal here today. Weisner in a tussle down in the corner. Angelito also there. We play on. Haley can pick up. Harmless shot from out distance. Final 9 minutes here in regulation. Can anybody take it during the first 60? Keown, power move. Forced out wide by Boda. Was she fouled? Yes. Had to be very careful there. The blue card will come out. So we take a look. And it's a push down by the boards. There is a boarding rule, similar to it is in hockey. It was maybe a little too far away from the boards to be a boarding call, but still. Referee deems that an illegal play by Boda. So that will be a woman advantage for the Americans. First one of the game. Possibly the best chance yet since they scored their opening goal to retake the lead. Odino drawn. Huge power play here. Cannoned out of play. Leghart not doing themselves any favors. So it'll be Bruna Liria. Keown to her left, Odino drawn to her right. Keown, blocked by Stokely, takes another bite at it. Keown, she's been hunting for a goal. Circle it back around to Liria. Woman advantage. Power play for the Americans. Keown off the inside of the post. Cat taken away from Sparks. Under 60 to go. 7 left in regulation. Opportunity to take some precious time off the power play. Biggest penalty kill of the season for the Fury if they can get it. Lyria. Away by Leghart. Lyria. Blocked by Stokely again. Capel can run out some time, maybe an opportunity. Wisner gets it in. A goal short-handed. Would you believe it? Starts off with Maddie Capel, and no one was there to stop Kate Wisner. One-on-one, makes no mistake in a short-handed goal. Their first lead of the game. They have not had many leads against the Americans. And the Fury a little bit confused. They thought that the power play was over whenever they scored a shorthanded goal. No, you have to serve the whole thing regardless. It's only if the team on the power play scores that you can come out of the box. So they still have to battle a woman down. There's only 8 seconds left on the power play, so not much to work with. Five seconds now. I'm going to go into the netting and Boda can exit the box. What a moment. We thought that might be the dagger for the Americans. An opportunity on the power play to make it 2-1, and you thought with 5 minutes to go, that might just be enough to get them over the line. But the Fury, who have never beaten the Americans, a team who are the division champions, have lost only twice all season. Down here with under 5 minutes to go. Let us reiterate, this game means nothing to the Americans. It does not matter what the final score is to them. But for the Fury, they're keeping their hopes for a third-place finish on the line. That would mean they avoid playing this exact same game tomorrow in the semifinals. The way things have gone, they might favor their chances, but still, they'd rather not give the Americans opportunity to take revenge out in the semifinals. Foul by Russell on Lyria. Straight into the netting. Down below 4 minutes now. And now it's the Fury's turn to take their time. They are in no rush. They've got the lead they so desired. Bushta. Haley keeping her team in it. The next goal, a crucial one. They're calling for a timeout, and the referee will give it to them. An American called timeout here. Less than 3.5 minutes to go in a game that is crucial for the Fury. But the Memphis Americans do not want to give up what has been a stellar season so far. You can see how it looks. Fury down at the bottom. The Americans up in first. So a real opportunity here. As you can very well tell, it means nothing from an American's perspective They're going to be first in tomorrow's semifinal regardless. It doesn't matter about who they will play in that semifinal. The men are playing first down in Columbus between the Gladiators and the Rapids. So the Fury will not know their fate until later tonight. I believe they're in the second quarter in Georgia. Third quarter, 3-1 in favor of the Gladiators over the Rapids. Here it was a goal in the first quarter and then 2 in the second half for the Fury. 1 on the shorthanded. It's the first shorthanded goal they've scored. Any team, I believe, has scored here at the Crown Coliseum all year. So there has been a change in goal. It'll be Odino drawn in for Haley. Odino drawn, who is such a more attacking-minded player, obviously. She does not even have gloves, so if that shows you the intentions here, they're looking for a goal. Keown, Ambrose, no gloves for Odino drawn, and this is very clearly the work of Corey Adamson. He did the exact same thing earlier in the season when the Memphis Americans played here for the men's team. They were down a few goals, and so he took on the jersey of the goalkeeper and played basically as a sixth attacker. Bushta draws the foul from Lyria, and they want to limit any opportunities that Odino drawn might face. Clever work here by Bushta, and they really do not want to let up any shots. Trust me, you do not want to have to make a save without any gloves on. It stings. Also helps with grip. It's almost kind of like pulling the goalkeeper in hockey. Blocked. Quintanilla puts it into the roof. They'll have to redo the throw. It cannot apparently be an overhead throw. It has to be underhanded. Seen that be an issue in previous games. Elkiyoshi touched it and then dropped it back down. So that'll yield a free kick at the edge of the semicircle. Lyria, Keown. Elkiyoshi gets a palm to it, Boda. Final 60 seconds here. The Fury trying to pull off an incredible comeback. Odino drawn, dumps it in. And it's into their own goal. Yet again, the Fury are their own undoing. They scored an own goal in overtime, their last time here at home, and they're foiled again. Let's see who it is. It's Shannon Leghart just nodding it backwards. And a quick switch in goal. Haley will go to stand between the pipes as they try and see out this last 30 seconds. Keown. Sparks. Keown just misses it. Under 20 to go. Lyria. Maybe one last goal here. 5 seconds, and that will do it. Back-to-back games at home going to overtime. It looked like the Fury had it all wrapped up, but once again, they're their own worst enemy, and so it will be sudden victory overtime in Fayetteville. We'll pause for just a quick break as we wait for overtime to begin.
Office life is back, and so is the office party. Birthday celebrations, retirement congratulations, customer appreciations. Whatever event your business is hosting, just sit back, relax, and let Catering by Design handle it. We're Raleigh and Durham's premier catering company, serving up unforgettable experiences and customizable menus. Buffet, individual box meals, cookouts, chef and pasta stations, we've got you covered. Put some life into your next office event with Catering by Design.
It's time to spread game. The Harlem Globetrotters are coming with an all-new tour. 4 quarters of big plays, ankle-breaking moves, and ball-handling wizardry. Do they dunk? Do they dunk? See the stars rattle the rim in the all-new in-game dunk contest. This is the team everyone can cheer for. The Spread Game Tour is coming. Don't miss the Globetrotters at Crown Coliseum on April 13th. Go to CapeFairTix.com.
There's a reason it's called the big day. You've planned and dreamt about this moment all your life. That's why at Catering by Design, it's a big day for us too. For more than 15 years, Catering by Design has been the Triangle's premier upscale caterer. Come in for a free private tasting with recipes from acclaimed chefs that'll have your guests raving. With options like our all-inclusive wedding package and a variety of stations available, we make unforgettable look easy, helping you celebrate life's biggest occasions. Catering by Design.
It's time to spread game. The Harlem Globetrotters are coming with an all-new tour. Ankle-breaking moves, rim-rattling dunks. This is the team everyone can cheer for. Don't miss the Globetrotters at Crown Coliseum on April 13th. Go to CapeFairTix.com.
What I miss about home is my favourite Irish pub in the whole world, and a pint of Paddy's Irish Piss. And the evening before us, friends coming in, and a pint of Paddy's Irish Piss. And Sally O'Brien, the way she might look at you, joining in the chorus, and a pint of Paddy's Irish Piss. Well, the money is good, the suntan is free. You could fry an egg on the stones here, if you had an egg. And you could certainly sink a pint of Paddy's Irish Piss, if you had a pint of Paddy's Irish Piss.
Welcome back to the Crown Coliseum for sudden victory, golden goal overtime. A late own goal scored by the Memphis Americans foils the Fury's comeback and sends us to this 10-minute period of overtime. As soon as the ball crosses the line, that's it, game over. To the winner goes the spoils. Keown, Pasacazia. This is 2 games in a row now that the women's team for the Fury have gone to overtime. They lost the last one thanks to an own goal. Odino drawn, stays way up. Quintanilla. Recovery tackle, that's going to go against the Fury. And that just shows you the intentions of Corey Adamson and the Memphis Americans, that they're leaving Haley out. They put her back in for the final 30 seconds of regulation, I think just so they could make it to overtime. now that they're here, very clearly they want to win. They want to go and get the goal. Drawn. Pasacazia. And ever since she's been in, they have just not been able to get a shot away the Fury. They got one, it was palmed down. You feel like if they can just get one opportunity, they can score. Dino Drawn, no gloves. Bushta. Quintanilla. Did she use her hands there, Odino Drawn? Here's a look at it. And I think there was a brief moment there where Odino Drawn thought about trying to pick it up. Right there, she thought about reaching out and trying to pick it up and realized she was not inside of her own box and she would most likely be given a red card for that. Keown fouled. They've got to be very careful. Here's another look. It's Quintanilla who comes flying in here. Maybe just clip the back of a leg. Do not want to go down a woman. Capel. Leghart, whose own goal has sent us to overtime. Keown, lovely ball. Lyria. Keown first time, just wide. Dumps it down into the corner. Referee says goal kick. Sparks and Leghart. Urquia. Angelito. Harmlessly into the netting. Angelito. Haley is back in goal. Elgiyoshi. So Dino Drawn on the bench. Elgiyoshi feeling it after that challenge. Haley had to get that one just right. Lyria. Leghart away. Urquia. Lyria. The only player to score for the Memphis Americans that's wearing red. Bushta, 2-on-2. Excellent work. Leary off the boards. Odino drawn. Leary tries to redirect. Boda, excellent work. Could be 4-on-2. Boda, Wisner, tight angle. Boda again. And Haley can collect. Somehow that one stays out. Pasacazia. Clips the edge of the glass, stays in. Away by Leghart. Lovely ball. Keown brought down. That'll stop play. Fury upset that the referee blew the whistle. Quintanilla was dribbling into no man's land, surrounded by two players in red. Keown back up to her feet. She took a bump on the edge of that semicircle. It was Stokely coming in from behind. Now Corey Adamson all the way on the field to have a word with the referee as well. Can't burn too many bridges. He'll be playing in the next game. So we get back underway here with Quintanilla. Capel. This is kicked directly out of play by Haley. It'll be a free kick on the edge of the semicircle. Leghart. Capel. Dribbled out of pressure by Odino drawn. Final 90 seconds. Intercepted by Stokely. Shuffles away from pressure, loses it to Lyria. Odino drawn to win it in overtime, just wide. "60 seconds to find a winner here. No problem for El Giyoshi. Long ball for Bushta. Capel holds off Urquia. Under 30. Leghart. Might there be time for one last chance? Leghart strikes it off the face. of a Memphis Americans player. It's Molly Ambrose, who heroically blocked the shot. It was Leghart with just 9 seconds to go. It was struck with some venom as well. It looks like this is going to be an extended break as Molly Ambrose is seen to by the physios. Applause starting to ring around the Crown Coliseum as Ambrose is sitting up now in an upright position. Goal for the Memphis in quarter number 1. Fury tied it up just a few minutes into the third. Took the lead short-handed and then gave it up very late on thanks to an own goal from Leghart. It's been a game of highs and lows. The Memphis Americans with nothing to play for except pride. And the Fury with perhaps a long shot at third place. Molly Ambrose back up to her feet. With some assistance, will be able to make her way off. So we can resume here. 9 seconds to go in the first period of overtime. And I believe if this first 10 minutes goes without a goal, so basically the last 9 seconds, we will go to a second period of 10-minute overtime, I believe. Which I also hear is then followed by a shootout should there still be no winner. But we will see once this 9 seconds is up. So one last opportunity to launch it forward. Everybody forward for the Americans. Only Haley you can see there in your shot. And that is offside. Crossed both yellow lines. Doesn't happen often. So now they'll get it on the yellow line. Should be on the yellow. And it looks like they have called a timeout. So one last opportunity for the Fury to take a look at things and try and call up something with 2 seconds to go. You can't imagine there's time for anything else besides a shot, maybe a quick pass off to the side. But it would be the most dramatic thing to happen in an already dramatic game. Both head coaches trying to draw up something here. All signs point to no winner in the first 10. So Stokely stands over it. She has got the range and the power to be able to strike this in from distance. Is anybody even close enough to try and pass this ball to? Two players on Haley. Stokely strikes it against the wall, and that will do it. Urquia took the full force of that shot. That means the first 10 minutes of overtime done here in Fayetteville. So it goes directly to a shootout. The Fury, I believe, have already chosen a side. Urquia has to be helped off, so they are limping across the finish line here. A game that they did not want to expend too much effort in, as they have got their eyes on that semifinal tomorrow and the championship on Sunday. And they've been taken to overtime and now a shootout against the Fury in a game that for them means nothing. I believe this is the first shootout of the year for either Fury team. Certainly is here at home. Can't speak for some of the away games between Columbus and Rome, but certainly here at the Crown Coliseum, witnessing their first shootout. Molly Ambrose has made an appearance back on the bench, which is an excellent sign to see. Shaken up after that shot that she took to the face. So El Giyoshi will be taking her spot over on the left-hand side. That's where the kicks will be taken. And it looks like they've elected to go second. That of the Americans have elected to go first. It'll be Kelsey Keown, who has been a constant danger for the Americans. And we'll see whether or not they're going to do this old school style where they get a run up. Keown. El Gayoshi makes the stop once and twice. And it is the old school style. MLS throwback. The world famous one-on-one penalties. Kelsey Keown denied once and twice by El Gayoshi, and what a treat this is. The old school penalty kicks. They got rid of these in MLS in about 2005. Bushta slides it into the bottom corner. It's the Fury striking first. Now, typically in a penalty shootout, there will be 5 takers. And then after that, it's if no one has won, it will be the sudden victory again, one-on-one. Now for Odino drawn. She's played some time in goal today. Now to try and score one. No. 5 seconds to do it. She runs out, and that's 2 big stops for El Gayoshi. Excellent work. It was taken from such a long distance out with the opportunity to get so close, being that it's a dribble. Makes it easier for El Gayoshi, who is certainly making her case for league MVP as far as goalkeepers go. Shannon Leghart, whose own goal sent us to overtime. Leghart saved once and twice. Still 2-0 to the Fury, but the first stop for the Americans. Lyria scored the game's first goal. A potent striker. Waits on it, stopped again. 3-0, that'll do it. The Fury complete the comeback, go all the way to the shootout and get the job done. They knock off the division champs, the league leaders, and might just be able to squirrel their way into third place. Well, we're only halfway done, and what a way to start things off. Shootout victory for the Fury, their first ever over the Americans. We'll take a short break and be back with you, same place as the men face one another in what might be the final matchup here 2 days early. Stick with us from Fayetteville.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get on your feet. Let's meet your Fayetteville Fury men's soccer team. Kevin Parkinson, Nick Brady, Sam Lister, Eli Carter, Andy Takaya, Cameron Steele, Jason McCartney, Marco Perez, Dominic Jensen, Archie Miller, Mauricio Gutierrez, John Conley, John McNeil, Ben Ratto, and your men's soccer team is coached by Justin Terranova. Let's get loud, let's say it proud. Let's go, Fury!
Well, if one game with that sort of drama wasn't enough for you, guess what? We've got one more that promises to have just as much. Welcome to the Crown Coliseum here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. My name is Zach Burley, and before us we have the two top teams in the league. This could be the matchup that we see on Sunday for the national title. Fayetteville Fury already clinched the division championship a few weeks ago. You see that shot taken just wide. Just below them, the Memphis Americans. In theory, the Americans can tie on points the Fury with a win. That would take them to 13 wins, 5 losses. The Fury 13 and 4 losses, but they have both the goal difference and the head-to-head matchup. So regardless, they will be the division champs. You can already tell there's just a lot of venom in this game. McCartney sticks it high off the glass, turned onto it again, hits the netting, and that will bring play to a halt. So a few new faces for the Fury. Jason McCartney in. Number 9 leading the line, as you can see that shot. These two teams met here towards the beginning of the season. Both teams were undefeated. The Americans coming in as the league leaders, while the Fury rattled off 2 victories to down the Americans and took that top spot and never gave it up. Gonzaco. Jordy Jordovich coming short. Gonzaco. Perkinson. I can't quite tell. I don't know if it's the haircut or perhaps Perkinson had a beard before. I can't remember, but he's clean shaven and groomed for what he is hoping, championship photos on Sunday. A reminder, it is championship weekend. That starts tomorrow at noon. There is no possibility for any changes in the standings coming into this game. It will stay Fury 1, Memphis 2, Rapids 3, and Rome 4. Diego Volata lays it off. Tayaka heading it away. Jordovic. Jordovic, top scorer. He had a very limited day the last time these teams played here. Perkinson picks up. So the Fury ruined that undefeated streak for Memphis. They went on the road for a game and then went to the home of the Americans, where they themselves had their unbeaten streak ruined. 2 straight losses to the Americans. Eventually did pick up a win to tie the series, but you knew pretty early on in the season that it was going to come down to these 2 teams. It's going to take an upset in the semifinals tomorrow to deny us seeing these again. Sam Lister. Lister. The attempted flick. Mike Scharf. Gutierrez. Taken away at the last moment. Here's Cameron Steele. Much missed attacker for the Fury, who had to sit out a couple of games due to suspension. Gutierrez. Taken away by Scharf. Leaves Filliter behind, drags it off the wall. Jensen. Ramirez. Horatio Gutierrez loops it in, an impractical finish. Uses the glass, and it's Horatio Gutierrez Jr. slotting in well. First appearance here at the Crown Coliseum. And whether he thinks this is going in, you'd have to ask him. Just says, let's put it in the danger area, use the boards to get it there, and it loops in. Gets it over Matthew Klink in goal. It's a different looking goal. Klink played in the first game of that 2-game series here at the Coliseum. Peter Sliwa came in for game number 2, and he is a fantastic goalkeeper. And it's not to say that Klink isn't, but Peter Sliwa is definitely would rival Kenneth Perkinson for that top goalkeeper spot. Kevin Valencia. Giovanni Alvarado. Denzaco dispossessed by John Conley. Halfway point of the first quarter. Fury with a unlikely finish by Gutierrez Jr. McNeil, Perez on point to finish it off. Hammers it home into the top corner, and the Fury starting off well here. Just dumps it down into the corner. McNeil sees it around, and it's a lovely ball. I think it's unintentional, but in the end, Perez does not care. Fires it into the top corner. 2-goal lead for the Fury. And just as a reminder, this game means nothing. This is the final regular season game, but there is nothing to play for. Regardless of what the result, one way or another, the teams are ending where they are sitting. So this is purely for bragging rights, if you will, or to excise any doubts about their credentials for going out and winning the championship on Sunday. They have the hurdle tomorrow. They'll be playing the Fury, Rome, and Memphis, the Rapids, in the semifinals. And the winners will play on Sunday. Brady, nice cutback on his left. Perez had a difficult time bringing that one down because it kind of hung up in the air for him. That one's nearly headed. It's on the line. We saw an own goal scored on that goal back in the women's game. We play on. Perez just misses the connecting pass to Garner. Final 5 minutes of quarter number 1. Gutierrez Jr. and Marco Perez, the goal scorers. McNeil away. Djordjevic. Falls nicely off the backside of his own player. There's Ferreira. Garner can't catch Klink out at his near post. Conley, 1-on-4. Conley. That one off the backside of Jason McCartney. Conley. Awkward bounce off the boards. Jensen settles it nicely. McCartney spinning. No way through. Forces it back out to Vallada. Sam Lister. Vallada, too close to Klink. Denzako, distant shot. Tayaka there to meet it. Tries to chip Klink. McCartney. Final 2 minutes of play here in quarter number 1. Laying it off. Here's Mike Scharf. Nice chest control. Perkinson with the save. Scharf thought about it, and Carmen Serbio is going to give the foul. Perkinson came flying out as Scharf thought about the shot and then left it. So a 3-man wall for the Fury. Scharf stands over it. Nice layoff. Perkinson can't keep it out. It goes off of Tayaka. The deflection's what takes it away from Perkinson. It's Bernardo Feria. You can see the pass is a good one. There's not a lot behind the shot, but it's off the inside of that right heel of Andy Tayaka. That throws off Perkinson and gives the Memphis their first goal of the game, narrowing it down to a slender 1-goal margin. Steele, nice pass, Gutierrez, a stinging shot, and he restores the 2-goal lead. Just like that. Time ticking down here in quarter number 1, and Gutierrez flashing this one in. The ball by Steele is lovely, and it's just low, hard, and struck into the corner. That'll do it for quarter number 1. 2-1, it looked like we were going to go in, but a late goal from the Fury ties or sends it back out to a 2-goal lead as we'll take a quick break here in Fayetteville. Stick with us.
Office life is back, and so is the office party. Birthday celebrations, retirement congratulations, customer appreciations. Whatever event your business is hosting, just sit back, relax, and let Catering by Design handle it. We're Raleigh and Durham's premier catering company, serving up unforgettable experiences and customizable menus. Buffet, individual box meals, cookouts, chef and pasta stations. We've got you covered. Put some life into your next office event with Catering by Design.
It's time to spread game. The Harlem Globetrotters are coming with an all-new tour. 4 quarters of big plays, ankle-breaking moves, and ball-handling wizardry. Do they dunk? Do they dunk? See the stars rattle the rim in the all-new in-game dunk contest. This is the team everyone can cheer for. The Spread Game Tour is coming. Don't miss the Globetrotters at Crown Coliseum on April 13th. Go to CapeFairTix.com.
Welcome back to the Crown Coliseum here in Fayetteville, North Carolina, getting ready for second quarter action here between the 2 top teams in the NISL. Fayetteville Fury lead 3-1. They scored 2 goals, had that lead narrowed down thanks to a goal from Feria. Then late on, just about 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Mauricio Gutierrez Jr. struck his 2nd goal of the quarter, already has a brace, and restored that 2-goal lead. Both sides with chances. The Fury certainly with the better of the possession. As we we said, this game has no influence on the standings. This is surely for bragging rights. Fury hold the series lead between these teams. Also is a nice preview for what we can expect on Sunday. Fury, most goals scored of any team in the league with 102. Now make that 105, given the 3 they've scored tonight. The Americans are not far behind with 101. Fury with the most goals scored, the least conceded. The Americans second in both those statistics and in the standings. Only by a very fine margin. The Fury 39 points, the Americans 36. So a win here would technically draw them on points at the top of the table, but Fury have the goal difference advantage and the head-to-head advantage. That's why they clinched the division championship the last time they were here against Rome. Nate Brady will get us underway in quarter number 2. Lob down to the corner, flicked on by Brady. Crowded out by 3, still gets it through. Steele. Gutierrez whiffs on it. All the way back to Perkinson. Gutierrez Jr. making his home debut for the Fury. 2 goals already. Nice head control, Brady. Conley. Brady shrugs off the challenge from behind. Fouling in the process. Greg Karpovich. Gutierrez. Here's Archie Philliter. Cameron Steele, much missed. Conley. Brady. Nice use of the head by Scharf to make that stop. Djordjevic wriggles his way away through pressure. Cordarius Williams dispossessed. Philliter fouls Djordjevic. Very tall team, the Americans. Cordarius Williams and Djordjevic help out in that aspect a lot. Brady battling for it. Whistle comes in late from Carmen Serbio, our referees today. It'll be a line shift for the Fury. Everybody but Perkinson off. Andy Tayaka on John McNeil. Lofts it over for Garner. Hooked away at the last moment by Valencia. Garner again. Akinsinwa. Shuffles it over to Valencia, dispossessed. Returns it for Perez, who scored goal number 2. Ayaka. Garner. Did he take a bump in the back? Yes, he did. It's a heavy challenge from behind. Nothing malicious. There's a play on the ball just through the back of Eli Garner. So Diego Vallada will stand over it. Marco Perez at the top of the semicircle. Vallada uses the boards, got it through. 5 minutes gone here in quarter 3. Perez taken away. Klink gets there on the second opportunity. Scharf. Perkinson way out of his box. Gets the job done. Vallada. Perez. Ayaka. Fouls Djordjevic, the Serbian. No foul, says the refereeing crew. Garner in a foot race with Djordjevic. Who's the team's leading goal scorer. He's playing a lot further forward. Now he's back. And his height and physical presence certainly makes him a formidable target back there. No one looks forward to having to match up against him defensively. Akinsinwa. A bit more of the ball for the Americans here in quarter number 2. No goals as of yet. 8 minutes to go. Not a bad ball. Calm, cool, collected from Diego Vallada. On comes Jason McCartney. Perez. Hooked away. Marco Perez, former Fighting Campbell, just up the road at Campbell University. Perez. McCartney. Second free kick of this quarter. Sam Lister. Jensen shuffles it over. Connolly strikes it high. McCartney lays it off for Jensen. Conley switches it for Brady. Lovely nutmeg. Can't get it past Klink. Gonzaco. Faria. McCartney takes it past Valencia, connects well with Jensen. Now Brady scoots it into the goal or direction, but dragged just wide. Kenneth Perkinson forced to nod it away. Sam Lister. Jensen, pass intercepted. Real opportunity here on the counter. Karpovich lays it off, drives it high, kisses it off the underside of the bar. It's Dan Rodman. The bench on the field to welcome him. What a finish. Lovely counter-attacking opportunity. The right decision to pass it, and Rodman drives it high on the left foot. The whole bench came out to welcome, and it's a big reception from his head coach, Corey Adamson. Normally a player manager, not dressed out tonight, but he was delighted to see that goal from the bench. Back down to a one-goal lead. First goal of the quarter. Took him just a couple of seconds to score after conceding in the first quarter. Couldn't have been more than 45 seconds before Gutierrez Jr. found the back of the net again. 2 minutes and 45 seconds to work with for both of these teams here in quarter number 2. Gonzaco. Stays in off the glass. Mike Scharf. Bernardo Feria scored goal number 1 for the Memphis Americans. Asking for a handball. Does it matter? Is it grabbed by Kenneth Perkinson? Former Winthrop standout, was with UNC Pembroke before that. Spent some time down in the Down Under in Tasmania, playing in the Australian 2nd Division. Tintako in a foot race, gets to it. Lovely move by Gutierrez. Cameron Steele. Tayaka. No foul, says Carmen Serbio. Tries to catch Perkinson off his line. Easier said than done. Final 30 seconds here of the half. We play on. Cordarius Williams. Ronald Akinsinwa. Final 15. Philliter. Tayaka. Gutierrez Jr. denied, and that will do it for the first half. Just 1 goal in the second quarter after 4 in the first. A slender 1-goal margin for the division champions, the Fayetteville Fury. Stick with us. We'll be right back after this from the Crown.
There's a reason it's called the big day. You've planned and dreamt about this moment all your life. That's why at Catering by Design, it's a big day for us too. For more than 15 years, Catering by Design has been the Triangle's premier upscale caterer. Come in for a free private tasting with recipes from acclaimed chefs that'll have your guests raving. With options like our all-inclusive wedding package and a variety of stations available, we make unforgettable look easy, helping you celebrate life's biggest occasions. Catering by Design.
It's time to spread game. The Harlem Globetrotters are coming with an all-new tour. Ankle-breaking moves, rim-rattling dunks. This is the team everyone can cheer for. Don't miss the Globetrotters at Crown Coliseum on April 13th. Go to capefairtips.com.
What I miss about home is my favourite Irish pub in the whole world, and a pint of Paddy's Irish Piss. And the evening before us, friends coming in, and a pint of Paddy's Irish Piss. And Sally O'Brien, the way she might look at you, joining in the chorus, and a pint of Paddy's Irish Piss. Well, the money is good, the suntan is free. You could fry an egg on the stones here, if you had an egg. And you could certainly sink a pint of Paddy's Irish Piss, if you had a pint of Paddy's Irish Piss.
Office life is back, and so is the office party. Birthday celebrations, retirement congratulations, customer appreciations. Whatever event your business is hosting, just sit back, relax, and let Catering by Design handle it. We're Raleigh and Durham's premier catering company, serving up unforgettable experiences and customizable menus. Buffet, individual box meals, cookouts, chef and pasta stations, we've got you covered. Put some life into your next office event with Catering by Design.
It's time to spread game. The Harlem Globetrotters are coming with an all-new tour. 4 quarters of big plays, ankle-breaking moves, and ball-handling wizardry. Do they dunk? Do they dunk? See the stars rattle the rim in the all-new in-game dunk contest. This is the team everyone can cheer for. The Spread Game Tour is coming. Don't miss the Globetrotters at Crown Coliseum on April 13th. Go to CapeFairTix.com.
Your Remax Choice Relay. All-American Airborne Self-Storage.
We'd like to take this time to thank our sponsors for today's stream. For all of your catering needs, go to Catering by Design. The stream is also brought to you in part by Luxurious Travels, Chick-fil-A, Dogwood Realty Group, the Fayetteville Commissary, Patty's Irish Pub, where home is where the Irish piss is, and the Ferris Agency. We'd like to thank all of our partners for what they do for soccer in the Fayetteville area.
910-483-6210. The TK Real Estate Group, located at 639 Executive Place, Suite 100, Fayetteville. Body Needs Therapy Spa, 317 Nolan Drive, Fayetteville. 910-745-8050. Chick-fil-A, located at North Main Street, Oak Meadows. Dogwood Realty Group, Fayetteville, North Carolina. 910-920-0323. And a shout out to our club's local partners, Endzone Sports. At Endzone Sports All-America, we feel that all kids should get to play the sports they love. We focus on building sportsmanship and teamwork in a supportive environment. Endzone Sports operates youth sports leagues, camps, and programs for children ages 3 to 14. For more information, call 910-900-2001. Wheeler Rail Force, 44-5 Treetop Drive, Fayetteville. 910-482-4313. Liberty Boys Soccer Club. Our club was founded by 2 local soccer professionals, Justin Terranova and Brian May. Both have lived in our world and worked in our community for over a decade. Justin and Brian are also the coaches of your Fayetteville Fury. Ladies and gentlemen, as a reminder, please be aware of any flag in the stands. Safety is our first priority. Thank you for the cooperation. The second half will begin shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back your Fayetteville Fury men's soccer team. It's time to get on your feet. Say it loud, say it proud. Let's go Fury! Come on, you guys can do better than that. Let's go Fury!
Welcome back to Fayetteville, the Crown Coliseum. Zach Burley here with you for the final 15 minutes of regular season action for the Fayetteville Fury and the Memphis Americans. With a team in red from Bluff City to get us underway. Was 3 goals in the first quarter, 2 for the Fury, 1 for the Americans, and then a late goal for Fayetteville. And then just a solitary goal in quarter number 2. Sits us now at 3-2 overall. Just to reiterate, nothing up for grabs today. The positions are sealed. The regular season division championship already sealed as well. Away, Djordjevic, too close to the near post, scrambled by Perkinson again, and it's a fast start. Dinzako. Djordjevic muscling his way onto the ball. Exchanging pushes and shoves with John Connolly. And they will give it the Fury's way. Connolly. Perez. Good work by Djordjevic again. From Boston, Serbia. Perez. McCartney off the bar. A lovely interplay between the two of those. Velada. Nothing coming on the cutback. Scharf can get it away. McCartney. They are going to give the foul. Right on the edge of the semicircle, McCartney brought down by a combination of Cordarius Williams and Ronald Akinsinwa. Diego Velada. Perez. In the end, just punching it away is enough for Klink. Williams, muscle off by Connolly. McCartney. That was nearly a mistake by Faria, who had ducked to get under that ball. McCartney. Nice layoff pass, Velada. Connolly throwing his weight around. Dumps it down to the corner. Tayaka. Perez. Klink can catch it at the near post. Djordjevic. Nice bring down by Dan Rodman, who scored that stinger back in the second quarter. Dom Jensen. Steal. Conley has gotten stuck in on a few challenges. Under 10 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Taken off Jensen's foot by Dinzacco. Sent over harmlessly by Steele. Djordjevic goes onto the bench, very angry. Slapped the bench in frustration, and you can imagine who came off worse for wear with that sort of strategy. And a red card has been issued. So it looks like they're going to send Djordjevic off. Or it may be Adamson. And so it will be Corey Adamson, the head coach, who's sent off. We said during game 1 they had to be careful not to burn any bridges. Well, there were no bridges left for him to cross, and he has sent off a red card for Corey Adamson. I thought it was Djordjevic for his reaction after going off the field, but clearly Corey Adamson had said something to Carmen Serbio that prompted the red card. So no changes to the players on the field. Still be 5-on-5. Normally that would be a man down for the Americans, because Corey Adamson typically dresses for these games. Player manager, first time he came here. Yeah. Kenneth Perkinson. Intercepted by Scharf, who's been very sharp along the back line. Alvarado picks his head up. Pushed back to Dinzacco. Halfway point here of quarter number 3. Still no goals. Only one goal scored in about the last 25 minutes. Cordarius Williams closed out. Perkinson can pick it up with ease. Mentioned it earlier, spent some time with Kingsborough Lions United in Tasmania. Brady. Tasmania, a little island off the southeast coast of Australia, just west of New Zealand. Lister off the glass. As you may know, the Tasmanian Devil Same place. That actually is a real animal, native to Tasmania. Dom Jensen drags it wide. No problem for Klink. Rodman. Stays in play. They take it quickly. Brady. Just wide. Marco Perez, Brady, nice turn. Takes a second look at it, same spot. Man, a constant sorrow ringing out here. The Crown Coliseum as Klink picks it up. And that does bring up an interesting point, whether or not Corey Adamson will have to serve a one-game suspension, which would leave him out for the semifinals. That is an interesting question, and one we will answer for you tomorrow when we see his team here. Something I did not think about. Of course, if you were an outfield player or an actual player, that would be the case, but given that he's a manager, I'm not sure how it works. Dinzaka with the spectacular. Brady. Takes it himself. He's had 3 shots here in the last few minutes, all of them just wide. Here comes Cesar Ramirez. Andy Tayaka. Gutierrez Jr. still on that brace that he scored in the first quarter. Tayaka in a battle with Alvarado. And that'll be a blue card. Pushing him into the boards for Tayaka, and a golden opportunity here. The first man advantage for either team. 2-minute power play for the Americans. Sharf, Djordjevic, Faria, Gutierrez can clear it away. The Americans up a man, down a goal. A little over a minute and a half to change that. Slight difference between the penalty and the game clock. Nice layoff. Scharf drives it high. That'll be seconds off. Precious seconds. Jason McCartney. .50 seconds to go in the power play. Scharf. Faria drives it high, almost an identical position to where Scharf just put it. More time away. Jason McCartney rounds Klink. Too much on it. Got away for just a moment. There might be time for a counter. Alvarado and Scharf the only ones up. Smartly hold off, maybe one last chance. Just about 10 seconds to go. Djordjevic. Every ounce of power he had fired into that shot. Tayaka waits to come on. Maybe time to get one shot. Here comes Tayaka. Djordjevic. Faria blocked by Perkinson, who pounces on it. That should do it for the quarter. Tom Jensen nods it along, and that's 45 minutes in the book. A scoreless third quarter means that we're still just a one-goal lead away from a tied game. Anyone's as we head into the final 15 from Fayetteville. Stick with us.
There's a reason it's called the big day. You've planned and dreamt about this moment all your life. That's why at Catering by Design, it's a big day for us too. For more than 15 years, Catering by Design has been the Triangle's premier upscale caterer. Come in for a free private tasting with recipes from acclaimed chefs that'll have your guests raving. With options like our all-inclusive wedding package and a variety of stations available, we make unforgettable look easy, helping you celebrate life's biggest occasions. Catering by Design.
It's time to spread game. The Harlem Globetrotters are coming with an all-new tour. Ankle-breaking moves, rim-rattling dunks. This is the team everyone can cheer for. Don't miss the Globetrotters at Crown Coliseum on April 13th. Go to CapeFairTix.com.
What I miss about home is my favourite Irish pub in the whole world, and a pint of Paddy's Irish Piss. And the evening before us, friends coming in, and a pint of Paddy's Irish Piss. And Sally O'Brien, the way she might look at you, joining in the chorus, and a pint of Paddy's Irish Piss. Well, the money is good, the suntan is free. You could fry an egg on the stones here, if you had an egg. And you could certainly sink a pint of Paddy's Irish Piss, if you had a pint of Paddy's Irish Piss.
"15 more minutes to play here in Fayetteville before the conclusion of the NISL regular season. Just so you know, we will be back here tomorrow at noon, same place, for the start of championship weekend. Everything is hosted here at the Crown Coliseum, where on Sunday we will crown the first ever NISL champions. Both the women's and the men's will get started at noon tomorrow. We already know the fixtures for the games tomorrow. The Fury will play Rome. Memphis will play the Rapids. It does not matter what happens here. It's the other side that we're not quite sure yet. If the Rapids win their game, they will play Rome, and Memphis will play the Fury. But if they lose, then the Fury will evade having to play the team they just beat tonight and will instead face Rome. Steele. Drives it off the glass. Vallata pursues. Conley. Lister. Off the glass again. Brady over the head of Steele. Connolly back to Jensen. And it is halftime currently in Columbus, where the Rapids are up 3-1 over Rome. So if that scoreline holds, it'll be Memphis and the Fury playing in the semifinals, Rome and Columbus. So a rematch of tonight's games. On the women's side, these two will have to win here tonight. Will have to win their semifinals if they want to face again in the final on Sunday. That is also hosted here. You can join us at the same place for it. Rodman scored the game's most recent goal. That was back in quarter number 2. Conley. Vallata, nice chest control. Steele. Tinzacco. No problem for Perkinson. Vallata. Off the boards. Klink. Ronald Akinsinwa scoops it up. Perkinson can collect with ease. Both teams have had their chances to score since the second quarter, most notably the Memphis Americans with a power play back in quarter number 3. And I think earlier on in this game there was a lot of venom, determination from both teams because they wanted to win, but I think since the red card sending off of Corey Adamson, the fact that the Fury have the lead, I think both teams starting to set in that the result here tonight doesn't matter. Don't use up your energy, don't force an injury, don't get a red card yourself. Tayaka. Gutierrez. He's been waiting for his hat trick since quarter number 1. Under 10 minutes to go in regulation. Eli Garner laying it off. Himself a former professional as well. Spent time with the Dutch Lions in the USL League 2 and in the Richmond Kickers just up the road in the Old Dominion State, as well as Orange County out in California, who are the defending USL champions. That season just kicked off. Horatio Gutierrez Jr. wriggling, blocked by Sharp, who's been dominant back there. Big reason why only 3 goals have been conceded. Next goal's a big one. Rodman. We play on Dinzacco. Gets a second bite at it. Ferguson picks up. Whistle comes in. Stops the clock at 8:03. And a card will be given out. I'm not sure if it does not appear it was given. It looks like it was probably given to the bench for too many players on the field or something like that. It was not given to a player for the offense on the field because they picked who took the penalty. So it will be a power play for the Fury. Straight at Klink. The Americans have already had an opportunity from the power play when it's 2-3. They did not take advantage of it. We saw the Fury women score a shorthanded goal, the first scored here by any team, the Crown Coliseum. Scored a shorthanded goal to take the lead, actually, in dramatic fashion. For those of you who missed it, it was a great game. Went all the way to a shootout, old school style. Run-up penalties. Cordarius Williams. Minute to go on the power play, 7 to go in the game. Lister. Garner. Nearly rolled it into the corner. Good work by Klink. Gutierrez Jr. Dom Jensen rolls it through the legs, and might that be the dagger? The blow that finishes off the Memphis Americans. There's still plenty of time, but a hugely consequential goal. It started off with a spin from Horatio Gutierrez, who now adds an assist to his repertoire on the day, and a seamless finish from Don Jensen at the far post. Now 4-2, the first goal scored since the first half. Still 6 minutes to go here to find 2 goals. But the way things are going, that would double their total for the entire game. Horatio Gutierrez Jr. on the assist for that Dom Jensen goal. Brady out for Jason McCartney. One-on-one, what a move, rolls it in, and surely that'll do it. Jason McCartney, what a move to evade Mike Scharf, who's been flawless all day. Nate Brady standing it up. And looky here, right-footed ball just to get it around his defender. Brady passing it over to Jason McCartney, gets his first goal in his home debut. And it's now 5-2. Well, no goals since midway through the second quarter, and 2 here in the space of 90 seconds. Looks like that'll be enough to sink the American ship. Djordjevic trying to go all the way himself. Wins it back. Klink. 3.5 to go. 3 goals the deficit for the Americans. This game means nothing overall, but it's still a knock to the pride of whoever loses and a boon to whoever wins for their hopes tomorrow. Djordjevic, Cordarius Williams. Here comes Perez. McCartney. Misplaced pass. Karpovic. Two and a half gone. The result, nearly a foregone conclusion. The league standings, a foregone conclusion. The Fury wrapped up the division championship last week. 39 points with the 3 tonight, go to 42. Sitting atop the league with a 6-point gap heading into tomorrow's semifinals. You can see just dribbling the ball. No pressure to come out and win it. They know there's nothing to play for. These last 2 minutes, merely a formality. Into the netting, and we get another one stuck over there. We got one stuck in the women's game in the same corner. New ball and a line shift for both teams. Well, what a regular season it has been. These two teams exchanged blows early on. We didn't know what to expect when they first met. Both teams came into their first series here at the Crown Coliseum back in February undefeated. Fury took down the Americans in both games, but the Americans got revenge back in the Bluff City, tying the series at 2. Took a 3-2 lead for the Americans, won a game in overtime to make it 3-3, and now with tonight's game, they will take the lead. These two teams have had it out for each other since the beginning, knowing that they were the other best team in the league. They're going to have to survive challenges from the Gladiators and the Rapids tomorrow, but if everything goes as we think it will, this will be the rematch on Sunday. We would like to be pleasantly surprised, but we will not be disappointed if these other teams, Vallada, Garner, nice cutback. Dom Jensen, a bomb from distance off the boards. Dinzacco, 30 seconds to go. Dumps it into the corner. Garner, no look pass out to Jensen, tries to return it. Dom Jensen scoops it over off the underside of the bar. Somehow it doesn't go in. And there is the final whistle. Well, it didn't mean much for the standings, but it's a boon to the hopes of the Fury faithful, who are looking to see their team triumph tomorrow and Sunday in championship weekend. We'll have that coverage for you starting tomorrow at noon. My good friend Chris will be with you, and then I'll be back on Sunday for whoever should make it to the final. As we said, we won't be surprised if we see these two, but we won't be disappointed either. Well, we hope you've enjoyed our full coverage of regular season action in the NISL. Up next, playoffs. From myself, Zach Burley, our director, Matt Wolf, and Alan, our faithful cameraman, we say thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow, bright and early, noon kickoff.